07 Commanders. My name is Commander Will Fearion, leader of the Vortex Squadron. And today we're going to get into why you should probably get involved in the latest community goal, Trailblazer Refresh community goal. And we're going to talk about that and the new Panther Clipper, and we're gonna talk a lot and fly and stuff. So let's get busy. Alrighty then, lots and lots going on in the game this week. Obviously, the Panther Clipper's been released for ARCs. So there's two different versions. I did put out a video yesterday. You might want to check it out if you haven't already. I give my recommendations for what you should do and that sort of thing. Right out of the chute, we got Commander Sergeant 07 to you, Sergeant. We got a special waifu for you today. So get your diaper on, get your pants on. You're gonna need it. And then we've got so the latest community goal. We're going to talk about that a little bit. If you haven't got involved in that yet, you probably should. It's a pretty decent prize for the community goal this week. And yeah, I mean, especially if you're into cargo hauling. If you're not into cargo hauling, you may not be as willing to do this community goal, but I still recommend you do, because you know at some point you're going to want, man, I wish I had a little bit more cargo in my ships. And so basically what's going on here is Brewer over in Starlay Station again are requesting that we bring materials to replenish their Trailblazer ships that they have all over the place. I mean, mostly I don't use them anymore, but you know, some people do. And you can help them by delivering commodities. My analytical brain says that they're doing this to test out the Panther Clipper, as a lot of folks have purchased them. So they're going to do a little bit of testing. 07 Urban Orange, good to see you. They're going to let us do the testing. So now it's a month-long event, okay? So it's not like you have to hurry. You don't have to do much. You only have to turn in one of the materials. So I'm going to show you today what materials we're going to turn in. And then you also get paid for those materials 10 times the market value, which is very good. It's very profitable. If you need money for a carrier, which I highly recommend you get, and once the lights are fixed, I'll go back to mine. But right now we're in a station today because the lights in the carrier are broken. So you can't see the I can't see my little logo on the wall there, and drives me a little crazy. So, yeah, I'm going to be in a fully loaded Panther Clipper today for cargo, and we're going to be playing, you know, obviously we'll be playing in the game somewhere, and hopefully we won't get dead. I think I'm not in solo, so I'm in Cygnus Prime, but I may switch. If I run into any shenanigans, I'll switch, but right now I'm doing that and seeing how that goes. The Panther Clipper we're talking about today, this is a fully loaded, this is not a stellar version, although it does look like a stellar one. It's not. This is a standard version. Well, like I said, if you got a lot of parts laying around or materials in your in your hold or whatever, your bank, just, yeah, you might be better off just buying the stellar, and then just because it's going to cost you fully loaded. It might cost you somewhere in the vicinity of $1 billion if you do that. But the stellar version's kind of built for. The stellar version would probably be the cheapest if you just made it into a AFK build, which is kind of like a T10 used to be. You just basically put turrets all over it, and then you can take it into a low res and just sit there and let the ship do all the work, and you just sit there and watch. Stuff like that. That would be the cheapest method, and then also you would have to engineer that whole thing, and it would take quite a bit of engineering. So just be prepared, commanders. If you're going to go that route, do it. If you have to have all the fancy doodads, paint jobs, and ship kits and all that, yeah, you probably want the stellar. The stellar's a little spendy though. It's almost in US it's around $30 to pick up one of those suckers. So be prepared. It's half the price of a normal game. So it's it's not cheap. But people are going to pay it because this Panther Clipper has been sought after for many, many years. It was in like what was it, Elite 2 or something. One of the other older games, there was a Panther Clipper. It was larger. I think it was a little bit larger maybe than this one. This one's just enough to fit in the mail slot. But and I can explain that to you guys too. Look, if you do this event and you get into the top 75%, you can actually get 2 more Class 5 cargo racks and 2 more Class 6 cargo racks. And that will give you an additional each Class 5. It goes to I think it's 32 or something to 43, and then the Class 6 goes from 64 to 86. So you get 2 more 86s and 2 more 43s. That's a lot of cargo, Commanders. A lot of cargo. Okay. So oh my God, look at that. 07. It's Gunthric. He's back. I did see your video, by the way. On how you think of things, and what was that? What were you talking about? Oh, housing, player housing. Oh, sorry, what do they call it in Elite? But anyway, yeah, I did see your video on that, and I've got thoughts about it too. But I don't want to get into an argument with you today. Yeah, you can do this event in any ship, but I think the basic idea is they're trying to get the Panthers out and delivering so they can see what's going on. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's a great chip. Zoltar, 07 to you. All right, on. Oh, sorry, 07 to you. Jocko snuck in there. I hardly even saw that, Jocko. You were trying to be sneaky. I like it. So Hot Nuts, yeah, 07 to Hot Nuts. He's in today. I love it. So yeah, so speaking a little bit off topic here, so we're gonna go out. I'm gonna take my Panther Clipper out to California, but I decided to let the boys have time to make up their minds what they want to do. Yeah, there is a new community goal. We're gonna be talking about that here in just a few minutes, Jocko. And you want to do this one? You only have to deliver 1 commodity. I'm gonna show you how to do that today, and then also if you deliver more than 1. And you deliver enough to get in the top 75%, then you can get 2 sets of, and I just explained that, the 5 and the 6 pre-engineered cargo racks. Class 5 is 43 tons and Class 6 is 86 tons, and that's a pretty good deal. Those go in any ship. Zoltan, okay, I got Zolthor. I got you earlier. Good. So yeah, if you do buy one, just get this, for most of you guys, if you guys have a lot of materials, just get the standard. Okay. Don't get the big one. The Stellar, like I said, it's not really built as a cargo ship. If it was built as a pure cargo ship, I would be more likely, but I don't think they could have charged the same price for it. Cause it is expensive. It's like $30. The other one's about 15, 16, US. So I don't know what y'all's money is like. You just have to do your own conversion on that. Yeah. So, you're doing whole carrier loads. Damn. Zoltar's doing. That's what I think. Kinger's doing that. But guys, though, seriously, you don't have to do that much work if you just want to get into the top 75. You only need to do about five loads in the Panther, and you'll get in the top 75. And I don't know how many people are going to do this. It doesn't really matter to me, after the 75%. I mean, I think I'm at 50% on my accounts. I can tell you what I'm at. Oh, need to go in here. I'm actually at Starlay Station. This is where you want to come to drop off and drop off the cargo that you pick up. So, let me just look this up real quick. Yeah, I'm still in the top 50, and I've only done maybe 6 or 7 loads in this thing in the Panther. So you could easily do it in your any other ship, but like I said, you obviously, a lot of people that do haul cargo at least have a cutter or a T9 to do this stuff. Let me see. So No, it doesn't guarantee it, but it's not been a problem either because getting in the top 75% is nothing compared to you want to get in the top 25. That's the one that'll kick you out. And this is a 4-week event, Gunther, so you don't have to stress over it because you got 4 weeks, and if you get bumped, you can get yourself back pretty quickly. I don't think that there's going to be that much push you down. They made it really simple to get to the 75%. And I got to the 50%, like I said, in like 7-8 loads. So it's right now, it's not that bad. I don't know how many people are going to come and do this or not. Not everybody quite understands what's going on yet, but these cargo racks are going to give you a little boost even on your other ships. So Zoltar saying, don't forget to you sell for 10x. Yes, I did mention the 10x at first, but I can mention it again. Everything you sell here is worth 10 times the value. So if you buy it, I'm going and I buy for about 5 million, and then when I sell it, I get 51 million back. So that's quite the increase. What was the previous statement? Yeah, I got that. Yeah, it's really easy. So you can't. I have not been bumped out of the top 75 ever, and I've done even ones where I've delivered very little, but it's gonna be it's obviously a risk, right? But you can take the risk or you don't. You can go hog wild if you want, or whatever, but you don't have to. Just keep an eye on it. And you can keep an eye on it right from your ship. You don't have to fly back here to look. You can do it in your ship. You can just go right to this little thing in your ship on the pour panel. Once you're signed up, right? Go in here, go to the 1 panel. You go over to transactions, come down here, go right there, boom. It tells you I'm still in the top 50. So if I'm out and about doing my things and I'm like, oh my God, it went down to 75. Then I could get back in here and go back and do some more. So, yeah, absolutely. I agree. You need to keep an eye on it. How far is Minerva from the bubble? What does that mean? You want to know how far it is from Sol? Minerva is in the bubble. So, what do you mean? How far is it from the bubble, Jocko? There you go, Kinger. I know you. Yeah, you were doing carrier loads. There was somebody else is doing carrier loads in there too. Yeah, I'm not being combative either. I'm agreeing with you. Can I agree with you? Gunther? Let me fucking agree with you, would you? I said you're right. Okay, so Jocko, how far? Minerva's in the bubble. So how far? What do you want to know? How far it is from? It's if you go into let's see. But I'm not into terrorizing. So yeah, top 25 you might get bumped out of that one. Those are easy to get bumped out of. Getting bumped out of top 75 is really hard because that's pretty low end. A lot of people just do the bare minimum. Most people, I'm gonna say, do the bare minimum. There's some hardcore, hard hitting. Cargo folk out there that are going to want to get into the top, 25, 10%, whatever it is. We're not going to be those guys. No, I'm not going to be anyway. All right. So, let's see. So, oh, no. Well, I mean, the bubble has grown quite a bit, Jocko. So, it's hard to quantify exactly where the bubble is anymore. If you go to, you're making this hard on me, Jocko, because the bubble's a tricky place now. It's much bigger than it used to be. So if you go into Galaxy Map, you can see there's Minerva. If you want to know how far it is from Sol, that's fine. But look, Laland, you've been to some of these places, I'm sure of it. Mazu, I mean, some of these places are there's Archinar right there, over there. That's where that's the headquarters for the Empire proper, not just the individual powers. Yeah, see all these bookmarks in here. This is all bubble stuff. These are all mostly bubble bookmarks. So you can see, and here's where there's wars. There's the Thargoid War stuff was out here. And all this stuff. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot to unpack. but it's not far. Actually, I'm in two places out here, and they're both very close to Minerva. Minerva's not far. It might be. I think it's closer to the Alliance side because I don't have a lot of Alliance stuff. But you guys probably know this stuff better than me. There's Pegasi. Yeah, we're not out there. What the? Oh yeah, there's the Thargoid over there. Even that's in the bubble. So yeah, the bubble's a big place. It's pretty much in the. It's pretty far in the center. 24,000. That's nice. Okay, nice job. But considering how crazy the CG is, I doubt I'll. Well, that's the thing. You know, top 25% is going to be tough. That one I agree 100% is going to be tough. 50%, but 75%, you'll probably be all right. You just got to keep an eye on it. You got to keep an eye on it for 4 weeks now. So, you know, three more Thursdays from the recording. So, yeah, you got to watch it. So just keep an eye on it. I've not had a problem yet in any of the events lately. So I don't know. This one could be a special case, obviously, because the rewards are big deal. So the global rewards, which, yeah, we don't care about. But if you care about it, that's fine. Let me take a look. I can tell you what it is right now. Well, and it also is based on your tier. So we're at tier 3, I think, or something now. So the globals are right now, it looks like 300, the top 10 is the 325 million credits plus the globals. So it's got, I think the global, it's also got, so it's got the two racks is all I know about is the 2 racks. I guess we could look in the info if you want to look in there to see exactly what's going on. Yeah, the 10%, you get the 10% return on your investment. You get the register at least 1 contribution. You get 1x class 5 and 6 cargo rack at 1 contribution. There is a red metallic brewer decal, boys. So get ready, and then credits depending on the success. So right now we're gonna easily round tier 5. I would say maybe tier 6, but if we do get that high, they're just gonna put another tier in. So they're not gonna let us win it ahead of time. They're gonna let it run the whole course. So yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, obviously, I'll keep an eye on it each week, and we can talk about that each week until the end of the thing if you guys want. It's not a big deal to me. I'll be here anyway, so you might as well do it. The campaign begins on the 24th of July and will run for 4 weeks. And then to be eligible, you must sign up. Yeah, make sure you sign up first. All right. And then, okay, be aware that the faction state changes and can negatively impact markets and station services. So they are actually leaving that in this time. Do you guys see that? At the very bottom, it says, be aware that faction state changes and other disruptive events can negatively impact markets and station services and could prevent the initiative from running smoothly. So they are going to leave it in this time because they don't have a bounty hunting counterpart to this. So yeah, there you go. So it may be that you're gonna win. You're gonna win. So I like it. I like it. Yeah. So so if you don't need the Panther Clipper though. I mean, I want to make that clear. Anybody, yeah, 104K tons. Yeah, they're the top. There's some heavy hitters out there, man. The cargo is a big deal in this game. You know what I mean? I mean, people are out there doing runs for colonization, and they need lots of materials. So they're gonna, any little advantage they can get, any little top it up just a couple more, they're gonna be down with that. So yeah, I don't like cargo. This is not my favorite thing, but the return is amazing. So, all right, major disaster 07 to you. So yeah, you see that. So they're going to leave that in. So that, that the last time one guy killed the whole event by changing the state of the, fortunately BGS is a little bit broken. Well, unfortunately and fortunately, because it may not take if they do change the state. That happened a couple of events ago, and it took almost 2 weeks to undo it, but they had to put in, and that's not to say that they won't. If they change the state, then we could get pirate missions and stuff like that to go kill the pirates to get the state back to where it's supposed to be, so that everything works fine. But they seem to be wanting to leave it in. Yeah, so big colonies. Yeah, with those guys that are doing those colonies, man, that's a real deal. Not Battle, but Vortex Squadron is mostly we're kind of scattered all across the galaxy. We like to have our fingers in every pie, so we're trying to spread out. We try to spread the love of the Vortex Continuum all across the galaxy. So that's what we're doing. We're not doing a colony per se. We only have there's only like a couple of our guys that are really super interested in it, and they're not even interested in collaborating. They just did their own. They're like, hey, I want to build over here, and the other, I'm going to build over here. They didn't even collaborate or nothing. They didn't make no community compound or nothing. They didn't. Yeah, that was too much. That's too far. Okay, so yeah, so it's basically, this is why you need to do it. That's just these cargo racks are incredibly, you can't buy these cargo racks and you can't make them. They do not let us pre-engineer, or they do not let us engineer cargo racks. So you get what you get. I've got cargo racks you can't get to. I've got a 6 corrosive that I got from an AX event a while back, and you can't build those, you can't buy those. I got one of them. I could have got 2 of them, but I only went for one because I don't really do cargo stuff. But now this one I'm going to try my hardest to get in there. So yeah, and don't tell anybody I agreed with don't tell anybody I agreed with Gunthric. There's 2 people I can't agree with, Gunthric, and I can't agree with Atlas. So either one, just don't listen to those guys. They're crazy. I'm okay. Building my own. I don't have a team helping me out. Yeah, well, I'm doing the same. I have 8 systems, and I'm joking about the other thing I said. But the not agreeing with anybody. I do love those guys, Gunthric and Atlas. I like them. They're a handful, but they're well worth it. So let's see. Glad to have them as part of the community. What were we doing? Now I forgot what I was doing. Yeah, the cargo racks is the only reason I'm really getting serious. Otherwise, I would just get one. That's what I did the first time with the AX rack. But we don't have as much anymore. There's not much call anymore for collecting corrosive or caustic materials. So it's not as bad. And 16 is pretty much more than enough for most stuff, to be able to, you're not, I mean, I don't know what kind of merchant, you'd have to be like a merchant or something to really be interested in collecting more than that, because you'd probably want to just, you don't want to carry that stuff around forever, right? So you have to put it off on a carrier. So it's probably a merchant thing is my suspicion, but I don't know for a fact. I'm just guessing based on what else the hell would you do with a rack of, 32 Thargoid hearts. Why the hell would you want that? We don't know, but it's available. You could do it, but who would? I don't know. In any event, yeah, so there it is. Like I said, I actually have both accounts up to 50%, so I have to watch 2 accounts for 4 weeks. The second account is the colonization account, so I definitely need that one to have as much cargo as possible. Yeah, absolutely. You can wait for it to come out for credits. It's pretty expensive. I think I can't remember. I bought 3. I've got 3 of them. I mean, I paid money for the Stellar, which unlocks the standard, and then I bought several. But the rebuy on this one, let's see, is 28 million. So it's not cheap. It's still pretty spendy, but that's, compared to what it would have been if I had to do the whole ship, it probably would have been closer to 40 billion or 40 million. Sorry. 22 million's the rebuy. It would have been closer to 40 if I would have had to do the whole ship, but I did have parts laying around, so I just built it off of what I had in stock. If you guys want to see that build, I can certainly. This is a pure cargo build. It's very unsafe, but it's very lucrative if you can get it to work, if you don't get killed. Yeah, true that. Well, keep your fingers crossed, Gunthric. Maybe someday they'll I wanted to put monsters in space. So if they ever do that, you're down on the ground, farting around, scanning plants, and all of a sudden, Godzilla jumps out. They have dinosaurs. Frontier does, and they have roller coasters. So why we don't have those in Elite Dangerous, I'm unsure. But they also have animals, so they could do that. And I would love it if a dinosaur jumped out and started chasing me, running down running on the thing. Ah, yeah, no, oh my God, look at that! It's T-Rex. Yeah, they could plop that stuff right in the game, man, and nobody would even be upset. Well, except for the people that do that plant scan and stuff. So so we were going to look at the ship. Hey, lights are working here. Lights don't work in the carriers, so I can't show you guys much in the carriers. This is the paint job we got from I think it was the last community goal. So it's the dark black with the gold. I like that one. It's perfect for what I'm doing today. No hard points, obviously. Cargo ship, right? I do have one heat sink, and that's only if I get into trouble. Then that I do have one. So I did throw one in there just for emergencies. Sometimes you jump a little early or whatever, and you don't feel like stopping and starting to jump again. So you just pop a heat sink and be on your way. The light, so I kept it with the lightweight alloys. I'm not going to mess with that. Heavy duty I did put the heavy duty deplating just because that way at least I have a chance. If I get pulled over, I have at least a chance of survival. It's not much, it's a little chance. Yeah, it's dark in the carrier. That's a known issue. Actually, if you watch Commander Burr, watch his video from Friday, he's got a link in his description to where you can vote on that if you're having that same problem. I'm pretty sure all carriers, and it's all ships. It's not just the Clipper. At first everybody's like, oh, it's blocking the light, but it should look just like this. So anyway, so the power plant I went with. Now I was having a heat problem. This thing does heat up quite a bit. I did drop the power plant down to a 7. I had it down to a 5, but that wasn't working. The 5 was just getting way overheated too quick. The 7 is basically because, like I said, this is a standard version. I had a 7. I did low emissions and thermal spread, which keeps my heat nice. Okay. This may not be perfect, guys. I'm not an engineer. I'm a combat pilot. All right. So dirty drive and drag, obviously, this ship is slow. Okay. I think my top out speed is like 410, something like that. So now I did have one of these. I had the pre-engineered SCO drive with all the fancy schmancy stuff on it. It's got the fast reboot, yada, yada, the whole 9. So it's very good for this ship, for a full-on cargo ship. Life support, miscellaneous lightweight, obviously, and the power distributor, charge enhance, and flow control. So flow control is another way to obviously to it reduces the module power draw. So that I don't necessarily think I need flow control, but it's on there now. I can change that out if I want. I've got plenty of power on the ship. You can see it in the bottom right, mostly right. And then, you can see I got plenty of power down there. Sensors, 5D lightweights. So those are fine. That's typical stuff. That's all meta. So now, so then you got your cargo. You got your Mark II rack. You got your regular 8E rack. You got your Mark II rack again. 7, 6, 6, 5, all the rack. Except for this one. Okay, so I'm actually missing 2 cargo because I did not. Now, if I stick all them other racks in there, it's going to be awesome. It's going to have a lot more space. I mean, I don't know. I'm afraid to do the math because I don't want to do it wrong, but my calculation says you'd have like 1496 if you did all the racks. So that's pretty good. That's almost to where most people were complaining, is they wanted just a little more cargo because, the one in the old days had more cargo, but it was a bigger ship. So, the anything over this size ship is probably going to have to be executive drive, which would make it like a fleet carrier, which is why if you want more cargo, you got to use a fleet carrier. So if the question is, is it worth buying? Yes, it is, because the maintenance is not terrible for a cargo carrier, the maintenance is only like right around 13, maybe a little bit lower, maybe around more closer to 10. If you don't have, I do have like at least one module. I have the cartographic module because I just like to turn in my cartographics when I get back to the carrier. Let's see. Yeah, it's not that bad. I know. It's not. You're right. The Gunther gets it's yeah, but it's like, but my unengineered one on my second account, its top speed is like 285. So I really notice it on that one. The limited edition 3A power plant. No, I don't have that. I don't have that, Zoltar. The limited edition 3A power plant that was in a Type 7 given out for a CG over 2 years ago. Yeah, I was on hiatus 2 years ago. Plus, I would have not even considered doing a Type 7 anything. Yeah, I wouldn't have done. Back then, I was a little bit more staunch about my convictions as far as cargo is concerned. The 4D distributor from the last CG is awesome fit. Yeah, I haven't. I should check that out, but it's why would you? Yeah, so I'm not sure about the 4D part. Why do you? Why tell me about that 4D? There was I remember I was thinking about maybe doing the 60. Why would you do the 4D? Is it just weight? Does it handle distribution better? I guess it doesn't really need much. It is weapons and sys focus, which is nice, especially if you're running a shield. I don't have a shield, so. Yeah, so there might be I might go revisit that. You still have to shuttle the materials from the station to your carrier though, right? Yeah, you do, but when you want to carry 23,000 cargo, I mean, that's just what you got to do. You know, people do it. And it's actually easier to unload than it is to load. So when you unload, it's just a quick jump. Because you can literally, most of the time, I've never not had this happen, and when you jump to where your platform is, your colonization platform is, you can usually park right next to it. It's a quick jump, you know, it's a quick jump and a hop, skip, and a jump right over there. And then you just go back and forth, and it's like done, you know, 20 minutes, and you're done. You're out of there. Now, loading up can be a little bit more challenging. If you can get above the station that you want to collect the materials from, then do it. That's what you do with the fleet carrier. That makes things a lot better. And if you want to build a whole, say you want to build the smallest station, the little stations, you need about 22-ish thousand cargo to build it all in one run. Otherwise, you got to do 2 runs in a carrier. Nobody wants to do that. So, yeah, but to do it in a carrier, you can do it, but you have to strip down the carrier to where it's just a carrier and it just carries cargo. That's what both of mine are set up for. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing with it. But if you want to haul more, and they're even doing it for the CG, Gunther, people are loading up carriers and bringing. I got 2 in this chat right now that do that. They're loading up entire carrier loads full, bringing them down and dumping them at the CG because the money return is huge. So they're going to do it. So you might as well. Yeah. So yeah, for just trading little amounts, sure, you don't want to do that. But for mass amounts like this. Oh, major disaster. There's a third one. Did I get you an 07 master? Or major? I don't remember. All right. Skeleton. Didn't see you sneak in there, buddy. 07 to you. Sorry. You know, there's a lot of chat today. Everybody's real chatty today. So we're not getting anything done. We're just chatting. Believe me, no one knew that Type 7 had a special power plant. People were just getting it because, yeah, okay. 0 buyback. Yeah, sure. You bet. No, I still would have. I know back then I would have ignored it. I would have not even thought about it. And FC Super 07 to you, FC. He used the carrier as well. Put me in the top 25%. Yep. If Dev extends the CG, I'll do another carrier run for each week it's open. Yeah, I'm wondering if anybody's going to shut it down this time because they're leaving it in. I just read it. They're definitely leaving the part where somebody could close the CG like they did a couple of months ago and leave us hanging. So there you go, boys. And there's no vehicles in this bad boy. This is all cargo. This is just a straight up cargo build. This is what you do. This is what the old school boys do. Except they don't use the auto dock, which I do because I like to. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. No, there is extra steps, but it's the time saved from jumping. Let's say you're 10 jumps away from where your materials are being collected. You have to do 10 jumps, get the materials, 10 jumps back, dump them, or maybe 11 or 12 at that point because you're full. And then you come back and you have to dump them. Then you go back and you do it again. Now, if you're just going to just go fill up your carrier, take your time, do whatever you got to do, have some lunch, have a beer, and then you fill up your carrier, you bring it out there, and then you unload it and whatever, and you can take all the time you need. There's no, and you don't, once you're full, you don't have to worry about, materials running out or anything. So yeah, so there's obviously the jump time. So you're going to have to do a 15-minute jump depending on how busy it is. I think yesterday it was up to 20, but still you'd have to do one jump and you'd be done. That's the also annoying NPCs between here and there. Yeah, that's the other thing is you're cutting out that part where you're going to get pulled over. If you use the carrier, you don't have to worry about doing that. Now, a lot of times, especially with this CG, you're not going to be able to park right next to the station that you're delivering to. So you're probably going to have to go at least one out away, if not two, but hopefully it's only one. I think the one I'm at using today, it's one jump to get the materials, two jumps back once I'm loaded. That's because I don't have any kind of boosters or anything like that. Yeah. So there you go. If you're that lucky, Gunther, do what you got to do. But I'm just telling you, that's what people are doing. That's what the carriers are now. Carriers are the actual true Panther Clipper Mark Ones. they're actually bigger. So, so, and God knows what's going to happen when they bring out the new carrier for the squadrons. So, my cat is down here requesting attention. Give me 1 second, Commanders. There's a very important project going on here that must be satisfied or I will get scratched into oblivion. Just 1 second. Okay, I think we have appeased the claw god and she will stop. Okay, so he's building a 275 list outside of the bubble. Materials are limited. Carriers great. Yeah. And that's really, really, really important for colonization because people haven't wrapped their head around yet exactly what we're going to have to do. Once we get past 500 light years, and we have in some areas, but doing multiple carrier jumps at some point is going to be cost prohibitive. So you're going to have to build up the materials in stations out in the black so that you can go there to continue building out there. The Panther Clipper has over 40. Yep, my current jump range is 41.98. So there you go, Zoltar. What do we get? Malcolm 07. Yeah, squadron carriers. Yeah, if squadron carriers carry like 3 times, that's like going to be like 60,000 cargo. Man, people are going to go nuts. All right, so now, the shaman. Hello, 07 to you. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to catch the names as they scroll by, boys. I'm trying to get them here. Re-energize me, 07. I was hoping the CG would be to get haul more of the massive material traders added to the game. Let's see. Let me read that again. I was hoping the CG would be haul to get more of the massive material traders added to the game. I bet you they're going to do that. If you're talking about the material traders, so you can and out in further into the bubble, you mean into the new bubble? I think they're going to have to address that at some point. They're either going to have to let us have a way to put them in our systems, or they're going to have to do something to where there's more traders out there, because you are going to need more material traders. I know what everybody wants to do. They want to put material traders right next door to the crystalline trees. I get it. And next to the selenium planet. So let's see. Carries yet more strong, weak stuff. Yeah, we need stuff. They're giving us more stuff. I mean, guys, you got to if you look at everything they've been doing, It's been amazing how much stuff they've added. They've added more to this game in the last year than they have in the last 5. So it's a little crazy. People aren't used to that. They're used to just, putting, play the new stuff and then putting the game down for 2 years and coming back, but yeah, right now it's not an option. People are learning, people are getting more and more informed of what's going on. So, yeah. So, yeah, I may look at that distributor. That'll give me a little bit more jump range, a little smidge, if I change that distributor out. But we'll see if I'm interested. So much. There's just a lot. And it's easy for us to go through it. Like my guys, we go through this stuff like hot knife through butter. I mean, we get in there. I mean, we're mostly casual, but we play, when we do play, we're all in. We go all in. Yeah, so, I didn't know you could add cartography. Oh, okay, yeah. See, there's going to be stuff like that. I don't even know how to do any of that, to put cartography and, all that stuff. And there's ones where you got to have it so that it'll high tech and all that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about any of that yet. I totally just have like small system. Well, I mean, I have big systems too, but I've only built one station and everything I have so far. So, except for the stuff for the squad, we built a little bit more. Yeah, kind of re-energize. You're right. I did see that suggestion elsewhere though, where people were asking to be able to engineer cargo racks so that they could get more cargo into their ships. So that's kind of the route they went. But yeah, at the same time, yeah, it kind of works either way. Sometimes what I suggest is not exactly what they'll do, but they do something that's equally as awesome. And they still, at some point, guys, once they get everything settled in the way they like it, if they want to help out the solo players, that's the way I would go. TARDIS technology, exactly. We need TARDIS. We need stable wormholes jumping so we can go further. They will. I bet you they will eventually. We'll have some sort of transport to where we can go from like a gate or a wormhole or whatever. I believe that they're going to have to do that eventually. If they want us to go further out into the galaxy, because it's gonna be really super hard. I mean, you think Colonia is far? Psh, that's not even halfway there. That's still crazy. Oh, I know they have to do it at some point. They may hem and haw about it, but these new guys, the newer team, they're much more open to ideas that are game breaking for the original Elite. But this isn't the original Elite. This is the live version. And the live version, in my opinion, needs to grow over time. And it needs to do things and do different things. It doesn't always, they're following the lore as much as they can. They're not totally decimating it. But at some point, it's got to grow beyond what was written, 10, 15 years ago. Or even 30 years ago, because there's lore all the way back to 40 years ago, because they're all the way back to the 80s, right? So there's a lot. Well, you don't have to go through the gates, Gunter. You're not achieving anything while you're out there, right? You can tell they put dinosaurs on the ground. You're going to be stuck just looking at the same 3 plants. Star Trek. So FC saying it would be cool to have a Star Trek Deep Space Nine situation with a wormhole nearby. Yeah, I mean, dude, these guys love Elite Dangerous devs. Are obviously a lot of them are into Thunderbirds. Oh, which reminds me, I got a picture I show you guys. I was talking about this yesterday in my video, but I'll show it today. Thunderbirds, all the old stuff, the Star Trek, they're not so much Star Wars in this game, but they are into some of this other stuff. So they are aware of it. I mean, it's not like they're not aware. They do watch TV. They may not play the game the same way we do, but they do watch TV and they do pay attention when we're talking about this stuff. They made a movie about it. Okay, Jocko, you go get them, brother. Do your thing. 07s to you. Take care of business. I mean, yeah, you can still explore. You're still gonna. I mean, because you still can gain, even if you don't use the jump gates. Yeah, the event horizon would be awesome. That'd be a terrifying one. Yeah, they could make gates to go to other universes too, but I don't think we're ever going to see that. So hold on. Let me find that. So you can find the thing that we read in game here. You can also find it on the net. I was checking it out. Let me go over to this Discord and see if I can find the. There are actually everybody. No, there's still people chatting in the chat. If you guys want to go to the Discord and chat it up with the Vortex Squadron, they're in there. Let me see. It was in the. Sorry, I went too far. Local chatter. This right here is what I was kind of getting at. Wait, as soon as I get into it, local chatter. Let's go back up here. My old buddy El Kabong showed me this, and this is exactly what I was talking about. What the Panther Clipper looks like it should be able to do. You should be able to take that cargo rack out and put something else in there. Now this almost looks like a house, and I was thinking that was one of the things. I was like, yeah, it could be a house, but it does look like on the top, and I don't know that I can see it in here. Let's see. Let's just get up on the deck here, and I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. Why I think that. No, exit. And then we just want to go to the deck. We do not want to launch yet. We're not ready. We're not ready. Not yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Stargates. I love Stargates. So here we're going to go outside here. We're going to take a look, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. That's why I think that this is built so weird, because I know some people are a little bit put off by the fact that there's no top, but look at this thing. Right? So let me get into my mode here, and then we can go up. See this? See this? And then at the top, you see all along the top here, there's these I don't know if these are holes or not. Let's see if we can get in closer. But it looks like you could take clamps and pick these up or slide them out, depending. I mean, if you have a spoiler, it might be a little trickier, but sorry. So if you have a spoiler on the back, it might be a little bit more tricky, but you should. And then there's these holes too, or those guns. Those might be guns. Some of these might be guns, but some of this looks like it could be a place where they can clamp in either on the inside, the outside, whatever. I don't know. I'm not saying I know for sure that that's the thing, but these look like they can come out, which means you could load one of these bad boys up and then pull it out and put it on the ground or whatever, somewhere on one of your systems, and just have stacks of these things. And that may be a thing. And I don't think anybody would be upset if they could buy these things and just have them as decorations on their ground settlements either. Well, FC, you know how long that's going to take to actually. That's what I was worried about in the first place, is if they gave us true house building, the material costs would probably be off the chain. Plus, you'd have to put it all together. Yeah, I don't know that they're going to go that deep, because this game's mostly focused around space and not ground. So I don't know. Yeah, they're shipping containers. That's what I think. That's what this is. That's a big shipping container. You can tell it's like literally got on the back, it's got a door, right? Oop, sorry, I went the wrong way. I'm not very good at driving this thing. Okay, so yeah, see that big door? It's just a big giant shipping container. That's all it is. That's how they're getting the weight down, so they can give us more cargo room. That's how they're doing it. So, but I think you can pick these up, and maybe. Speaking of that, maybe that's what this new spaceship's going to be. Who knows? Where is it at? Oh, yeah. Here we go. There's the new teaser for the new spaceship they got coming out. What the heck is that? And I'm one of those. I'm of the mind that they put it in an asteroid field with volumetric fog so that we would think it's a mining ship. Because they're tricky. Those guys are great. I mean, that one ship they used parts from, skimmers from other manufacturers to do work on them, and it had nothing to do with that. And I did hear the comment that it could be the Bushmaster. But could this thing be the thing that picks up the cargo containers and moves them? I don't know. It's hard to tell. I can't tell. Maybe you guys can tell me. Yeah. Yeah, but this is a whole container. That's all it is. That's why that's built the way it is. And it's built that way so that they can get it out. I mean, there may be a ship kit down the road that you can cover it, but I don't know that that's going to be a thing. I think it's going to be more like the Thunderbird ship that I showed you there. Bushmaster Mark II. All right. Well, there's some votes in. You guys, so let me know what you think. It's an interesting looking ship. It's a wide body. It's a wide one. That's why I think it could actually be something that picks up cargo containers and moves them. It could be a heavy duty mining ship. I don't know. We don't know yet. So there it is, boys. So you guys tell me what you think it is. So like I was saying, this is what I got, and I was like, oh my God, I bet you that's exactly what's going on here. Is they're trying to make it to where, the cargo, and that could be a cargo container, it could be a house, could be anything. I mean, there could be a lot of things you could put in there. And so it makes your, it's definitely a pickup truck. I don't know why they would do a Type 9. I don't think they're going to make another cargo ship. That would be not good. Now, Type 10, okay, but maybe not. I don't think they're going to go there. Maybe they will. I don't know. I would say that would not be great, but they always subvert my expectations, so I'm just used to it. But that's basically what I think the Panther Clipper is right now. But it does, obviously the full functionality is not in it yet. But it looks like that sucker could slide right out or get picked up. I don't have the rear spoiler on this one, so I think it would work. Mining, yeah, miner. Oh yeah, I forgot. People do that with the Type 9. I don't mind. So sorry. Yeah, I guess that could be true, Skeleton. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be another hauler. Absolutely, it could be a miner. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I guess I don't know the logistics of mining, so I don't really know if that's right. Otherwise, it could be. We also need a new warship. So could it be a warship? Could it be a fighting miner? Maybe. Yes, I like those ideas. And the Bushmaster could be that. We got a lot of stuff. Yeah, they are going to have to at some point. They will introduce battleships again, but I don't think they're going to be any bigger than the Panther Clipper. They're still gonna be restricted to the slot until they come up with a new landing pad that doesn't require Coriolis. That maybe could be attached to the Coriolis or whatever kind of ship, whatever kind of station it is. Anything with a toaster rack it could be added to it. Maybe orbits around with it, kind of like the hammers, something like that, or some other functionality there, or just a whole new station that they can put out there. Maybe there won't be as many of them, but they'll be bigger. Maybe like the ones in EVE Online. I like the stations in EVE Online. They're ridiculously huge. And you just kind of fly in and your ship just kind of sits in the middle of a space with a little bridge that goes to the station. That would be okay too. Yeah, so they do have capital class. You're right. So, but I mean, yeah, I don't know if they're ever going to give us a capital class because you're not going to be able to fly it. Is EVE any good? Sarge, what do you think? I say I've started EVE 5 times. I can't get into it. Can't wrap my head around it. I can play it, but it's not the same. You don't drive the ships the same way you drive these ships. So if you're into piloting, absolutely not, because you don't pilot the ships. You just kind of point and shoot them where they want to go. So it depends. If you want to join like a corp and get into big giant, merchant stuff and wars and all that, do it. Do it. Okay, where are we at? We're 55. You have to spend, the learning curve on that is actually harder than Elite Dangerous. If you can believe that. That is, it's actually more difficult to play than Elite Dangerous. So there's a Yeah, anything, if they find out a way, even if they came up with a way to have bigger ships, not necessarily capital class, they're never going to let us drive a capital class ship. I don't think the engine can deal with that. But but if they get a bigger, they need to find a way to have them connect to the Coriolis so you can talk to it, or at least, or dock with it in some other fashion. Maybe it's, like I said, it might be an extra piece that they can put on some of them. I don't think necessarily they need to populate the whole entire galaxy with them, but if you want one, you get it. You get it so that they can connect to it in some fashion. So, wait, I just got a message. Where's my phone? Could be important. Could be Sarge texting me telling me I said something wrong or something. Nope. Nothing there. Okay. There's severe weather alert. Air quality alert for where I live. So there's that. So yeah, guys. So I'm gonna do a quick breather, I think, because today then we're gonna go. Then we're gonna look at more of this community goal, more of the Panther Clipper, and more of our attempts to get them to build us giant space stations so we can have bigger ships. Yeah? All right. Give me just a second, boys.
Where the cold winds blow, they fight through darkness with a radiant glow. Vortex Squadron makes waves in the night for a home they'll carve from stardust and light. In the void where the cold winds blow, they fight through darkness with a radiant glow. Vortex Squadron makes waves in the night for a home they'll carve from stardust and light. In the Milky Way they soar so high, through the cosmic mist they don't ask why. A dream to find a place to call their own, where their hearts align, they're never alone. Nebulous dance in the fearless quest, galaxies turn as they give their best. The void is vast, but their hope is one. With each star they pass, they feel alive. Comets blaze a trail of fire bright, yet they never fear the endless night. Together they conquer each new dawn, spreading dreams like starlight drawn. In the Milky Way they soar so high, through the cosmic mist they don't ask why.
Don't ask why.
A dream to find a place to call their home, where their hearts align, they're never alone.
Alrighty then. I'm back. I am back in black, boys. Now, we had a couple special deals today. Yeah, Eve is like playing an Excel spreadsheet. So we also have another. I didn't forget you. I know you're getting nervous, but the first hour's over. We're going to go ahead. We got a new thumbnail and a new commander that has joined the Vortex Squadron. We got to show it to you. I'm going to have to set it up because I borrowed the thing for something else. Okay, hold on. All right, we got to change something. Hold on. We got to rate. Okay, where's the picture? Properties. Hold on, I got to get the picture. Just give me one sec. The desktop. Yep. Nope. Yep. Okay, there we go. And now let's get the music going. Rate this. Okay. There we go. Oh my God, it's too big. Why did it do that? Oh my goodness. Not sure what's going on. Why my picture didn't come out right. Hold on. Hold on a minute. All right, we got to figure out what the hell just happened there. Rate the picture. It's just too big. Okay. All right. Why is this so big, boys? It's ludicrously huge. All right, let's do this. Got to bring it down. Yeah, this is not normal. Usually I have this set up beforehand. Okay. We're just going to bring it down a little bit more. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting there. There we go. Boom. All right. Let's try it again.
This world of color and light. Let's get together, feel the vibe right. Take a moment, breathe it in. Art's a journey, let's begin.
All right. Zara Targa is our new pilot this week. She came in all the way from the Andromeda Galaxy to join us. There we go. Now we're talking. All right, 10. All right. Major disaster went over above and beyond there. All right, 10.5. Sorry for the confusion there, boys. She had a wardrobe malfunction there for a second. Yep. Kara Targa. She definitely is a big fan of the Panther Clipper. If you can guess the actress it's based off of, you get extra points. Just look in her eyes. You can tell. You can tell who she is. Nope. It's not Amber Heard. Amber Heard. It's not her. Go back a few years. Go back to the 80s. Go back to the 80s, 90s. She might have been in one of those family shows. No, I've never seen your mom. I'm not going there. Don't get me in trouble. I don't want your mom calling me up, giving me hell. There she is. Urban Orange. Ding, 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 ding. Yep, that's the one. That's what she's based off of. It's not actually Christina Applegate. It's Kara Targa. Okay? You guys are getting better at this stuff. It's good. Only took a couple of years. But I think, in Cyberpunk, I don't have to create waifus. There's waifus all over the place. But Elite, they're a little lacking on the whole waifu sitch. Every space show there is has waifus in it, except for Elite Dangerous. They got them sunken face chicks that look like their heads wore out, several bodies. They just don't have it. So I make them for them. It's my contribution to the Elite Dangerous community. Waifus.
shades of red and hues of
Alrighty,
gold.
boys. Thanks for the votes there on the thumbnail. Did good. That's actually one of my ships. I did a little bit of filter on it. Gave it a gold paint job. I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, the character modeling could use a little assistance. All right. Well, you know, like I said, it's more about they're more concerned about your spaceship looking pretty than the humans. The humans all don't look good. There's a lot of issues with the humans in this game. And we don't have any aliens still, other than the Thargoids, which we literally have not seen the actual the real form, I don't believe, of the Thargoids yet. So maybe someday. Maybe someday. I hope we get some other, you know, some Andromedan invaders or something. You know, I don't care what they look like. You know, they could look a little bit more human if they want, as long as they got different kinds of ships they fly around in. That's what made the Thargoids great, in my opinion, is because we didn't have to fight we didn't have to fight our own ships against human pilots. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to fight aliens. So, as most space games let you do, or if they don't, then at least you have an enemy that's some, you know. I mean, they kind of try to make the superpowers be like, you know, but they're not really terrorizing the galaxy. You need an actual terrifying, you know, something that's literally trying to, you know, destroy our way of life. So, boys, I promised you we're going to go on a run. I'm going to show you my top secret location where you can get fast money. The quickest, fastest, and easiest way to win this community goal. And you can visit there before you come here. And you can just make sure you sign up before you turn everything in, or you're going to be upset. You're going to be one unhappy camper. So I did find a place that's fairly close, as long as it's not emptied out yet. But for those of you that just want to fly the ships back and forth and do not want to load up an entire carrier full of stuff, I got a spot for you. I got you a nice and easy spot right here at Vols City in the Core Sys Sector TD-T-A3-3. Boom, you go there to Vols City and you can get materials. Now, the second best material to get, besides CMMs you can only get on the ground. The second best is steel. Well, so we want to go to a place that's got a lot of steel. What do you think? I'm going in hot, boys. We're going in hot. I doubt I'm going to do enough to get into the top 25%, but I'll definitely try to keep myself in the top 50 if possible. Because, like Gunthric, I worry about getting pushed out. But since I've been doing all the events lately, I've been noticing a pattern, and most people are they're even more lazy than me, which is a shocking revelation. See, it's one jump to get there. It's two jumps back. And that's what you want. You want as few jumps as possible. Hey, my cockpit's the right color today. What's up with that? Look at those things are red. I like it. All right, here we go. We're out of here. We're out of here. Flight control is signing off. We're going to get over there. We're going to get some cargo. We're going to get back. And then that's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. And you get a super secret spot for those of you that need an extra little, a little lift and a little pep in your step. Okay? I'm here for you guys. All right? Just remember, Commander Fearion is always here for you. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you. All right, here we go. Let's get turned around here and get over there. Now, it's pretty close, so you don't have to worry about this leg of the run. Now, I did get pulled over once, but I didn't get dead. So, oh, damn, I went way above and beyond for you guys on that one. A little too much cowbell on that. A little too much cowbell, okay? Just a little bit, not, so much as you'd notice. I forgot I was going to get a horn, and I never got a horn. I need a horn sound. Okay, coming around. I screwed the pooch, boys. Okay, so don't count that part. You can't count the loops as part of my speedy delivery. But you come over here to Vols. Now, of course, you can use the Nara, and you can find other places. I'm just saying, I like this one because it had a lot And I mean a lot of materials. So I wasn't too worried, because usually, you know, in these events back in the day, it used to be very hard. If you didn't get in there, you know, in the first 10 minutes, you would need a carrier to carry the materials because they wouldn't be close. This one is close, and it's got a lot of materials, and so far has not, well, we'll find out in a minute. But so far, in my experience thus far, up until yesterday, had not run out of materials. So we're going to come in, we're going to come in hot here and get into Vols City, which it looks like we're going to be coming into the front side because I did that little loop of shame. So that's good. I hate when we got to fly around behind stuff. Hate that. All right, oh, look at that, right in the front door, baby. This could be a smuggling mission. Smuggling mission it is.
Sorghum Peterson, Foxtrot Echo 1. We've prepared a landing pad for your arrival, Commander. Welcome to our station.
Okay.
Permission authorized.
Authorized. Authorize! You know, it's in. We're in. We're in, boys. We got this. We're getting this right now. So, you got my top secret location. You got everything you need to be successful, commanders. Get in there. I don't care if you have a hauler. Take one cargo, get some nice cargo racks, and call it a day. You got 4 weeks to do it. Now, if somebody shuts down that system like they did a month or two ago, yeah, probably you better hurry up. But because it took us 2 weeks, it took us almost 2 weeks to. They had to extend the community goal another week so we could get it undone so people could go turn in their mats. And that may not be the case. Again, we don't know. I don't know how lucky we got. There was a big push. This is a nice community. This is a good community goal, though, so people might be more willing to jump in there and help out. You just go in and start port services, and you go over to your commodities market, and then you go down to steel. And that's basically it. And I'll show you why. You'll see why here in a minute. Why steel is okay. Now, okay. Somebody found out. Somebody found out. All right. Somebody got my steel. How many can I carry? Let's see. Okay. So if you can't get steel, the next thing
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
is aluminum. Aluminum's another one. See, there's 2 million of that. There's 2 million cobalt. I don't know if cobalt's one of them. Sorry. I know aluminum is. But so if you can't do it here, you're gonna have to get into the Anara and find out where more of this stuff is. I think titanium is one. Let's see, that one's empty. So they must be, you know, people. And if you have to, the worst case scenario is you'd have to go after CMMs. Yeah, titanium. Titanium here is empty. So the only thing left is. There's not much steel anymore, but there is aluminum. So you can do that one. You're not going to make as much money doing it that way, but you know what? It's more about, you know, just getting as much as you can in to get up to 75%. So so you don't need to do a lot, and that number will go up as the tier goes up. So just keep an eye on it, boys. That's all I'm telling you. I'll try to keep an eye on it too, and I'll let you guys know. But most of you guys already know what to do, and you're going to take care of business. So there you go. Oh, aluminum's not? Okay, is it aluminium? I thought there was another one. I thought there was one with an A. Is there not? Am I wrong? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm glad I did my stuff yesterday. Let's go ahead and do... No? Oh, goodness. There's no A's? Oh, my God. All right. Well, I'd have to look it up again. But, okay, don't do the aluminum. It's not good. Vols, and then you go to Starlace. So I got Starlace and I got Vols bookmarked so I can easily remember what I was doing. More easily. All right. Well, I'll look at the other ones, but yeah, so... Yeah, if it comes down to it, you can do CMMs and you'll make the most money. Oh, is it just okay? It's just those three. Okay, I thought there was one more. My bad. So if you got to do CMMs, you got to go to the ground to get those. So just remember it's gonna be a fun time in the old town tonight. So like I said, if you got to go more than 5 jumps, you might consider taking a carrier to do it. Oh, see, what is the alumni? What does that mean? Is that a real thing? Was that in there? What is alumni? Because there's two different A's. Aluminium. Okay, aluminum. Oh, okay. Well, you guys make up my mind. Okay, he's saying that you guys need to read the thing. I'm not doing it. You guys do it. Oh, okay. Take back the second thing I said not to do. Go ahead and do aluminum if you like. I would have read it if I got to the other station and you guys hadn't made up my mind. Oh, you needs to read. Okay. All right. I got you guys. You guys are funny. Good job, everybody. That was a good debate. Good debate. Good debate. All right. Good job, boys. Yeah, it wasn't that much. I remember. Did I miss a guy? I got Camlek, I think is new. Hold on, Camlek. I'm turning my ship. 07 to you, my friend. Good to see you. All right, hold on. I got to turn around here. Now, this is the one where it's 2 jumps, so I'm taking a risk. But you have your SEO too, so if you get it pulled, if you use the SEO, you can get away sometimes a little bit. So.
Frameshift drive charging.
Do you think Sergeant was trolling me? I don't think he was. I think he actually made a mistake. Sergeant would never. No, he would troll me, but not. I don't think he would troll me about that. But yeah, so aluminum's in there, boys. We got aluminum. Yes. All right, so there's 2 million at that place. So if you guys want it real fast, go get it. I'm not gonna do it. So yeah, no, Sergeant would troll me, but I don't think he would troll me about that. He would. He would get me on something else. He does that from time to time. He gets me all flustered and to bothered and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and push myself up just a little bit. Hopefully I won't go too fast. Boom. There we go. We're going in hot, boys. I wanted to make sure I don't get pulled over. If I can avoid it, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, Sergeant and I have been playing video games together for about 13 years, something like that. It's been a while. So it's 11. Yeah, so on Inara, if you look on Inara, I don't remember where to do it because I don't do these kind of things, but on Inara you can see what the minimum you need to get into each level. But I'm literally just saying all they need to do is get into the top 75 if they want. If you want to make money, you need to do as much as you can because this is 10 times the amount. That's a lot. That's a good number. So we're gonna say that. Yeah, and so I've done this on 2 accounts now, and of the 2 accounts, I only got pulled over once, and that was on this account. My second account, I'm not sure if I would live through getting pulled over, but if I have to, I'll throw a little shield on there just to survive an attack, because it's usually just the thermal. So I'll just throw it because I can't even engineer anything. I do have Felicity. I actually was starting to work on. I think the guy that does. Oh no, that was Felicity too. Felicity was doing all my work for me right now. She's been doing all my gigs. All right, so here we go. You don't usually have to worry about. Now, like I said, I still recommend highly that you do this in solo, especially with the amount of cargo you're going to be moving. You definitely don't want to lose your cargo if you can avoid it. That's it's very disheartening when you lose all your cargo, especially if it's in the almost 1300s. You know what I mean? So it's discouraging as well. So you might rage quit. You never know. I've seen people rage quit for less. Yeah. So yeah, Sarge and I are old buddies. We're like cousins. So yeah, I thought I read aluminum. Could have swore I read aluminum. I'm of a certain age where, I forget things. It's not uncommon, but I didn't. I thought I was like, wait a minute. So yeah. So if you can clear out that 2 million, then there's not going to be any in that, and then this place will be washed. So if you want it, go get it. If you don't bother. Don't care. It's up to you. But I'm just letting you know. I'm giving you the options, boys. But when that thing is fully loaded, it's 2 million. It's over 2 million. Somebody finally found it. Because I was like the only one pulling out of there yesterday all day. But then I put out a video too, so that I might have screwed myself.
Dispatching ground crew. Welcome to our starport, Commander.
Welcome to our starport, Commander. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and dump that off. I don't think I'm gonna hit the top 25% anywhere near that, but I'm in a good spot. I'm in a good spot. So commodities, then I want to sell. Mortimer, sell. Okay, there we go. 1236. Sell it. Boom. Okay, we're in like Flynn. Now I can go check. I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's going to make a damn bit of difference. But we should still be, yep, we're still in top 50. You got to go in hard to do the top. Yeah, good film. Yeah, I'm totally like everything I say almost is something out of some movie. When I'm making jokes. So, I watched a lot of movies. Man, when HBO came out on the microwave antenna, man, that was all I watched for years. I never watched a regular TV show to save my life. I'm gonna have to turn on my AC. Give me just a sec. The computers are getting a little toasty. It's getting a little toasty in here. I was like, damn. When these two machines are on, my gaming machine and my recording machine, oh my God. Temperature goes right up out the window. Yeah, we're at 81 degrees in here right now. So it's too hot. Got to bring that down. Bring that down, Lil. All right. So there you go, boys. There's how you do it. It's the fastest, easiest way. Even faster than Atlas Rand could do. And then, so if you guys want to see, I can show you again. I know you guys, probably a lot of you know this, but for those that don't, okay, if you sign up to Anara, connect it to your account is a good deal. We're in Minerva. Yep, we got stations. You can go in here and go to, you'll start, here you can sign up, do your thing, make sure you got all your game data imported. It does it automatically, but sometimes I like to push the button just because I know it's a taboo thing. You're not supposed to, but I do it anyway. And then you can go to data and then search for commodities. So you can look for where they are relative to where you are. And of course, you obviously want to be right next to Minerva. There's steel. Now that steel, since my first place is getting hammered. Let's do this. I go by supply. Yeah, you see the steel is coming down. So people are now working on steel. So you might have to go after something different for now. And you might have to go after CMMs. There might be a point where CMMs are going to be the only thing. Let's find out. Let's go for, let's find out what the CMM composites looks like. Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing you got to worry about, especially in the Panther Clipper. Make sure if you're going to a high gravity planet, you might want to throw on a shield. You'll lose a little cargo, but it's well worth it because the rebuy cost is still astronomical. Let's see where we can get these. These will be all on ground stations. But I bet you there's some places, and there's places farther away that are not coming up on the Anara because, but yeah, right now it looks like it's pretty busy out here. Let's go ahead and change it to this. So even with these, so there's some places you could work for a while. No, I wouldn't do carriers, sorry, unless you're just insane. But you want to go to ground places. There's all kinds of, yeah. It looks like it's going to be a little bit tougher, boys. So you might have to find another place you might have to do a carrier run. That's all I can tell you. If I was going to do a bunch more, I'd probably do it in a carrier. Now this may lighten up. The aluminum. I remember. Oh yeah, we said the aluminum. That's like number 3, and the what is it? The titanium, aluminum, aluminum. Okay. search. And then let's see, I go by supply usually just to see. Ah, there's one. Yep, Vols. There it is, boys. You better go get it. That's the one that's got the most. Now there is a lot at some of these, but you know, like I said, it's getting down there. You know what I mean? And then let's see what we got for titanium. Titanium. Or Titan tissue samples. Which one do you want? All right, let's go after titanium. We searched. We want supply. There we go. Yeah, so there's still some around. So there's titanium in several places that are close by. Now this doesn't mean that you have to go that close. Like I said, if you got a carrier, you can go out as far out as you want. Some of those places that are out further in the black now have a lot of materials because those guys, everybody tries to min-max the amount that you can generate. So they're going to do that. And one of those things might have a couple million in it, like Vols. Vols is a player built system because you can tell because it's painted. It's got the red paint job on the thing, and I didn't read all the details, but the details will probably tell you who built it, but I'm telling you it was built by a player. And I know because of the amount of stuff on that, in that system, in that Vols city. Yeah, there you go. Well, hey, look, smoke them while you got them. You know what I mean? You can't even kill Orthrus anymore. That sucks. I miss the old Orthrus. Yeah, so definitely worth it. You guys should get out there, get this taken care of. Get it as fast as you can, or you're just gonna have to wait and hope. Just get what you can first. Make sure you at least get the one, right? And then worry about the rest, because if somebody closes down the CG or whatever, or there's no resistance to people changing the state of the system, epic. I love me some AX fighting. That's my favorite. So you want to make sure that you're just set up for success. So at least make sure you get the one. If you can swing it, get to 75%. I would, if you're worried about getting dropped off 75%, I don't think you even can get dropped off 75%. Maybe. I don't know. But, no, I guess you could. You could get dropped into the 100%. But, I mean, I don't know. I've never seen it, so I don't know if it's a thing, if it's going to happen. If not going to happen, we don't know. We just don't know, Commanders. Now, anything, if you want any of the links to, like, if you want to know how to change your, whatever this thing is, your cockpit, different colors and stuff like that. All these links are in the description of the video. You guys can check them all out. Did anybody else? Current cutoff is 2149. That's not that bad. You can swing cutoff at 75%. Cutoff is 2149. It's good to know. You're really on top of this, Cam. Like, you got like all the numbers and stuff. I appreciate that. Thank you. Good job. All right. So, what else? Also, if you guys want to join the squadron, you can do that in game. I can show you real quick here. If I quit messing up with my thing, you just go to squadrons, and if you're already in a squadron and you want to get out, you just go to squadron management, go to settings, go down here and leave your squadron. If you have, like I say, you're in a dead squadron, and you don't like the leader or whatever, fine. Then get out and then go back to back the other back down here, and then go to browse squadrons. It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks since I talked about this. So you go in here. If you go into VS99 and then hit enter, it'll pop it up. There you go, Vortex Squadron. And there should be a button like right here. You can join right here if you want. You can also join in the Discord or the Anara. You can also join on Anara. If you do a join on Anara and Discord and all that, then I'll give you a special avatar that you may or may not use. So the Discord is right here. If you want to join that, please feel free. Make sure you validate yourself There's a room called, choose your role. If you don't choose your role, you won't ever see anything. You got to choose a role. So you can just be a regular verified user. You can be a prospect, which you may, if you want to check out the squad for a while and see if you like it or whatever, that's fine. Or you can just go full on member and you get instant access to that through that. So hopefully that is as clear as mud to everyone. Okay. So there you go. And then you're in. Then you're in like Flynn. Cygnus Prime is my second account. So that's the account that's handling the squadron right now. So that's why it's got a different picture. But yeah, so it's definitely me. I'm the man in that one. So, I'm the leader of that group. So yeah, this is really cool. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. You are Mud. Oh, there he is. Look at that. 07 to Dino. The end of the day. He's right there. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, feel free to put them in the comments below the video. And yeah, let me know what you're thinking. If you got a special, I know people are not going to disclose their secret hiding spots because they're not going to want you to go take all their damn mats. So be prepared. I'm the only one that's going to share, and mine's already decimated. Yes, you can only be in one squadron at a time, but you can still join the Discord, so you can still be around the squadron if you like, and you can join in an aura if you want. If you don't want to join in game or you're unable to, you can join those other two places, and you'll still be a member. You're not officially in game member. All right. Yeah, they'll Cam, they'll put another tier on it. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, they'll put another if we get anywhere close to the end of the tiers, they'll just slap a tier 7 on it, and that one will be unobtainable. Whichever word you like, unattainable. So don't worry about that. I don't know if like I said, if somebody, hey, I saw that command. Cynthia Explorer, welcome to the Discord. I saw you. I'm gonna wave at you. And don't forget, go over to, there's a room in there called Choose Your Role, or am I saying the right word? Verify yourself. Sorry. Verify yourself. Go to that room and click on one of them 3 buttons, and then you'll have access to see what you need to see. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. This is a good event, so I hope it all works out for everybody. Hope everybody gets what they want. We are prepping to go out to California Nebula at some point, and I personally am going to fly my Panther Clipper AX version, which is in the garage over in the carrier. I'm not going to the carrier because it's dark in there. I'll wait till I hope they fix the lights soon. But if they fix the lights, I'll be back on the carriers. Anyway, so boys and girls, I appreciate you coming out today. I'm going to take off. I got stuff to do, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. There's lots of folks from the Vortex Squadron in chat today, so you might want to come introduce yourself and tell them how amazing I am. That'd be great. And then that's about it. So appreciate all you for coming out. I'll talk to you guys again very, very soon. 07.
Stardust in your hair, you're a cosmic dream. Flying through the space on a laser beam. Galactic whispers calling out your name. Vortex Squadron lights up just the same. Planetary dance under nebula skies, with a wink and a nod, diamond stars in your eyes. From the shadows of moons to the edge of the truth, Commander, you shine like a stellar sleuth. Wishing you all waves carry our creed. In the silent vacuum where whispers lead, our beacon is bright, it never will stray. Follow the trail into the Milky Way. Wishing you all the best in the void out there. From the cosmic center, gotta feel that flare. Waiting to salute like a bright comet's tail. Commander will follow, no way we could fail. Our beacon is bright, it never will stray. Follow the trail into the Milky Way. Wishing you all the best in the void out there. From the cosmic center, gotta feel that flare. Waiting to salute like a bright comet's tail. Commander will follow, no way we could fail. Oh, we could fail. Way we could fail.